birthday. We are so freaking proud of you, Kelly.
Wait, I gotta get a picture of this. I gotta get a picture of this.
You gotta get a picture. Go, Kelly.
Oh my God.
So freaking proud of you.
Oh, look at this. I don't have a White Claw. I didn't go get one, Laura.
I told you to get one. I knew why I was telling you.
I know, but when you wake up at 3:30 in the morning on the couch with all your clothes on last night, you're like, I don't need to drink tonight.
But don't worry, I'll drink two for you. I got a second one.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys. I felt so much love today. It was so, it really, I was telling, I think Annika, and when you're going for these huge goals, and Chris probably knows this feeling too, and anybody else that's, when you go for these big goals, you sometimes forget to actually enjoy it. And you're always pushing. And so, I felt like until I got to 5-star, and it was done, then I could take a breath. And because one of the big hurdles to get to elite is done. There's still other hurdles, but today was the first morning I woke up, and after I checked my back office or checked and saw that I was officially 5-star, I didn't check my downline. I'm like, I don't care. I went back to sleep. I got up at 3:30. Well, that's when I woke up, and I checked, and I was like, yay, 5-star, back to sleep. And so it's you really realize what a big deal it is when you get to this level, and the people that reach out and thank you, or not thank you, but congratulate you and stuff. So it's been a really good day. So I hope now that I can give you all some really good tips on how to have a successful program launch. And I will first say that this launch process is not mine. Cindy Tremblay came on, who's the number 10 coach in the network right now. And she is part of Fit Club Network. She is a phenom, and just a force to be reckoned with when it comes to Success Club points and launches and volume and income. And so this is her launch strategy that Laura and I have tweaked a little bit, and she presented to us in April, right before the launch of Let's Get Up, but we were way behind the 8 ball. Like, we were so far behind when of her launch strategy. Right now we're in a better position, which is why I want to get on this call tonight and share it with you, because we're about a month out from the launch of 645, which I think will be another huge launch, a huge successful program. And so I want you, oh yeah, sorry, Carrie, was Carrie on here? She's working out. We need to stop and give a huge congratulations to Carrie Binkowski as well for hitting 2-star. Like, that is, when you hit 2-star, things completely change. They did for my income, they did for my momentum, they did for my business. And so huge milestone for Carrie and her team as well. I don't even know if she can hear us, but she's working out. She's doing the prep, and I did that workout yesterday, and I still can barely walk. So anyway, the Let's Get Up launch, Laura and we tried quickly to tell it to the team, what we were doing and how we were doing it, and it didn't come off well because Laura and I crushed the launch of Let's Get Up. I will say that, and because we used the strategy from Cindy, and so I want to give it to you today, because you have the time now to successfully launch 645. Even if you're not going to be doing this program, you can still have a successful launch. So that being said, I don't know if Chris can make me co-host, and then I can share my screen. I got all kinds of discombobulated when Aaron and I were sitting there going, where is everybody? This is so weird. Oh, we're on the wrong call. Oh, Lordy. Okay. So launch plan for 645. And we also, we created a Google Doc kind of with the same launch plan. I put it into a presentation form, and we'll obviously give a lot more tidbits than what's in the Google Doc or this presentation. But and I will share that Google Doc with you so you can kind of have the number one, number two, like the list of things. But again, you get to make this launch your own. We're going to give you the basic steps and things to do, but then within that, you get to make it your own. So 645 program by Amwala Caesar coming out next month. What is this program? So if you don't know who Amwala is, he is the creator of the Prep and the Work. It came out, I think, 2 summers ago. Was it 2 summers? I don't remember. I remember it was at a summit or 2 falls or something. I don't know. And I remember it was like an explicit program. It was supposed to be super freaking hard. And it was like one of those programs that I was super stoked about, but I didn't know if it was going to be a program that a lot of people could do. I thought it was going to be, I didn't think they had a modifier in the original, The Work, or the modifications were barely modifications. And so it was like, I didn't feel like it was a program that a ton of people, or that I shouldn't say a ton of people did it, but that a lot of people were going to be like super jazzed about or think that they could do it, right? And so this is completely different than The Work. A lot of people, see Amwala and they think The Work and it's gonna be super, super hard, all this stuff. This is a completely different program. If you have not watched the trailer for 645, if you have not done any like information seeking about 645, you really need to. This is going to be a game changer, I think, for people, because it's all about functional living. And this program is a full-on commitment. This is something that I think for me with 80-day obsession, or for people with morning meltdown 100, because there's so many weeks and so many workouts. When people commit to this, they can have significant, serious results that can change their health and change their life. And I'm just talking about the launch today. There's some things that Beachbody is going to be running with this program in terms of like a 13-week commitment that people are taking on. And if they do that and they turn in their photos, they get $45 back from Beachbody. Like, that's pretty freaking cool. They're going to get paid money back for doing this. So I'm not going to talk about that much today, but that is something that's going to be with this program. But this launch strategy can go with any brand new program. Okay. So when we talk about this launch strategy today, you want to take these ideas, these tips, and you want to plan to use them with every single launch. So when we get to when I get to the next screen, I'm going to move our faces around here. So the first 2 things on here, we can't do. It's already passed, essentially, right? But I wanted to share it with you because I did this. I did do the first 2 things in the last, ever since it was launched. But for you guys now, we're not going to do this. It's too late, right? We're about a month out. The word's out that 645 is on the horizon. A lot of people probably don't know about it if you haven't been talking about it. But in the future, when we do it, if we launch the fall program, when Beachbody, and this is why we're sharing it now, so that you can be prepared to do the same launch process for the next program launch. When Beachbody announces it, just like they did at that Super Saturday or whenever it was that they originally launched it, you're going to go and you're going to share it in your online communities. You're going to share it with your bod group, your Facebook groups. You're going to put it out there, just like we did what you do with Cookies and Cream Shakeology. You share it with the community that already loves Beachbody. Okay, the ones that are already on our side, they're already doing the things that the people that we know already get super excited every time a new program or a new product comes out. You're going to share it with them, and then you're going to do nothing else with the program. Okay, you're going to do nothing. You're going to focus on the package that's on sale. So even after 645 came out, and I think I might have even talked about it in my story because I love Amwala and I shared it. So shared it in my team or in my bod group, and then shared about it on social media on my stories. And then I continued to promote Let's Get Up. I'm still promoting Let's Get Up right now because it's $140 for a challenge pack. So even when people don't want the dang, they're like, I don't want that dance program. I'm like, honey, it's $20 cheaper than if you bought a different program. So get the dance program, whether you're never going to do it. You're going to get all the same things plus the program that you wanted for much less money. So I'm still promoting Let's Get Up. Because you don't want to, like, I remember Dave Ward telling me this, that when we get excited about things and we start talking about them, but they're not coming out for months and months. Like, I've mentioned the mix bike, I've mentioned the body that we're going to have, but I don't want to talk about it so much because then people have to wait and wait and wait. And then their excitement dwindles because it's just, they can't have it. It's not tangible yet. So then this is where what we're doing right now comes into play. We are in the sweet spot of the rest of this launch plan. Okay. So 1 month, 30 to 45 days before the program launches. If you don't know the date it launches July 6th for preferred members or excuse me, for coaches. We don't have the preferred member yet. You start talking about the program everywhere. So right now, I might switch my messaging, not necessarily talking about the dance or talking about Let's Get Up, but I'm going to be talking about this program. What I'm going to be breadcrumbing all the different things, the different details. And I have another slide to talk about different ways you can breadcrumb in your stories. On your Facebook page, do not post a picture of the 645 logo. You're going to talk about the details of the program without saying the program. You're going to talk about it in your stories. You're going to talk about it. Maybe you send out a newsletter. You send out an email to customers. You're going to talk about it there. You're going to start hyping this up because now we're a month out. Now people are starting to think, what's my summer program going to be? What do I want to do? Maybe I haven't started working out. What do I want to do for the summer? I have more time on my hands. I need to start getting my health in order. You want to talk about it everywhere in your challenge groups, in your bod groups. This is what you are going to be promoting, this 645, okay? And so when Cindy did this presentation, her idea is that everybody should do every launch, like everybody should do every program. I don't know, I mean, I just like to do every program. I'm not a huge dance program person. So when Let's Get Up came out, I was like, I didn't think I was gonna do it. And then there was so much amazing talk about it and all the people that were in the test groups loved it. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do it. Created FOMO. For me, created FOMO. And I will say it was not my favorite program, but I did it. I knew what it was about. I knew all the ins and outs, even before I started, because I didn't start when everybody else did. And I could share with people what the program was about. Okay. If you're not going to do the program, you at least need to do the sample so that you can speak to what the program is about, the types of workouts, and you can be honest and say, I haven't done it, or I'm not going to do it. I'm in the process of doing another program. That's fine too, but you need to know about these programs. You need to be in the know. Okay. So, one of the things that Dave says, Chris says, any successful coach says, you have to have a list of people you're inviting. I don't care if it's paper pencil. I don't care if it's Streak. I don't care if it's any of the other things, CRMs that people use. You have to have a list. Anyone who asks a question about the program, anyone who asks about what you're talking about on your stories, you write them on your list. That is interest that you can send an invite to later, the sample workout, whatever, you put them on your list that they had interest in 645. Okay. What I'm trying to think of, like, kind of like what it felt like today. Like I just kept seeing my face show up on Facebook, like the same picture of the 5-star. Oh my God, people are probably so sick and tired of seeing my face show up, on my feed with this thing. But everybody that saw my page today knew what was happening, right? When you're talking about something, or you want people to pay attention to what you're talking about, you're going to be sharing it over and over and over again. Okay. In unique ways. You're not saying the exact same thing, but you need to be showing up and sharing about this program on all of your platforms and all of the ways. Okay. And these are just the steps. Now I'm going to kind of break it down as we go in more detail as I go along. 3 weeks before the launch, once we get, and so this is just really depending on when the package pricing comes out, but I'm going to go live. I did it on Instagram and I did it on Facebook this last time. I will also do it in my bod group. but I went live to announce the pack. I put together, like a challenge pack of the stuff that I already had on hand, and shared everything that they get. I know Carrie Benkowski's done this very successfully a lot. She's done this, in past when with new programs, and sharing all the things with that excitement. And you want to create FOMO, fear of missing out. If anybody doesn't know what FOMO is, fear of missing out. You want people to be so excited about what you have to offer and all of the things that they get that they just can't not join you. Okay. June 28th is the launch of the sample workout. So I always plan the day that it comes out, I'm doing that as my workout that day. Even if I'm doing a completely different program, that is going to be my workout for that day, is the sample workout. Because I want to know what it's all about. I'm already stoked, but I want to see what an actual workout is like. I'm going to start you can start asking people if they want the sample workout a couple days prior and start getting their names on a list. And I'm going to tell you how to get that list. So then the minute it comes out, you have a list of people to send that, to send the sample workout to. Okay. And the minute it comes out, you've got their email and you send that sample workout, and you can send the package options along with that sample, just showing them prices. Only challenge packs. I only ever talk to people about challenge packs. Okay. Now, and I'm going to talk about how to do this too, but how I give out my sample workouts now, I no longer, put a thing in my stories and say, message me if you want the sample workout. I actually create a Google form, and it's already created for you. The only thing that you are going to have to do is make a copy. And we're going to go over how to do that before we end. But I take that Google form link and I put it in the bio of my Instagram. So they go to that link, the Google form pops up and says, what's your name? What's your email address? How do I find you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever? So I know that I can find their handle if it's they don't have their name as their handle. And then once I get that, when I have their information in Google form, when that sample workout comes out, I email them. So I'll have a whole list of all these people that want the sample workout. I email them all at the same time with the link to the sample workout plus the package options, and they've all got it. Then that's my list to follow up with, and then invite to my challenge group or to purchase when the program launches. You're creating your list of people that are interested, and then that try the sample workout. Okay. And again, I'm going to talk about strategies for getting people to want to do the sample workout and things. And then we took reservations. Like, I created a Google form, and we've done it for you. Again, we're waiting on the package pricing, so it's not completely done, but it will be. And again, the only thing you'll have to do is make a copy. But I start taking reservations. People actually fill out this Google form with the package they want to purchase the day that it launches. So before it even launches, I have customers and I have people that want, I don't know why I'm doing this. I have people that want the packages. And so when it launches, I'm just mad dash making carts. I remember Cindy telling us this whole strategy in April and going, oh my gosh, it seems like so much work. Like, does it really work that way? Like, do people really fill out this Google form with all this info, with the package and the flavors and, what they want, instead of having to ask all those individual questions in a text strand or something? Oh my gosh, it was insane how simple it was to send this Google form and they'd be like, done. And then it pops up in your Google form and the responses, and you just go create the cart. It was crazy. Laura and I kept fighting back and forth between, because we were on the same form, how many people were filling it out and whose person was whose and making carts. It was ridiculous. We will never not do this ever again. And so we want to make sure that you guys can do this too, because it was a game changer for a program launch. Okay. I only talk about the coach launch. When I say a program is launching, I say it's launching the day of the coach launch. And I don't really promote that it's the coach launch. I just say this program is launching on July 6th. 645 is launching on July 6th. When Let's Get Up launched for the coaches on April 19th or whenever it was, I did not have one, I never mentioned that it was the coach launch. I didn't mention anything. I had to put in there that they were a coach when I sent their cart. Not one person questioned me, not one. Because they wanted the program, they wanted to get started. Nobody questioned. If somebody questions you and says, oh, well, it says that I'm going to be a coach, and I explain to them that they get a discount and that, you know, when whatever, and they don't, then, and they go, you know what, I really don't want to do that. Be like, okay, well then you can wait until it will launch for regular customers on whatever day, I forget, whatever day it launched. I don't know, because I don't even talk about that one. And that's fine. But you have at least gotten them. So now you have their reservation for the day that it launches for customers. Okay. And then launch day, depending on when it comes out, usually they always say it launches on a Monday and then it comes out Sunday or way earlier. So I was able to get carts because everybody's thinking it's coming out Monday. And then I get in there and start making carts and it comes early and they get all excited. That's literally what I did. I had this beautiful Google form and I literally went one by one and created carts from that Google form. Instead of having to go into my Facebook Messenger or my Instagram and go, okay, where was that person and what flavors did they want and all that kind of stuff and feel like a crazy person. It was a game changer. Okay. So I mean, those are the steps, right? And it seems simple. There's a lot that goes into doing all of these steps, right? So I don't know if Laura ever wants to jump in, but we looked at the components of the program, and this is where you need to learn the program. You need to know what it's about, know who it's for, so that you can utilize the things that you think are going to relate to you or the people that come to your page, your niche, the people that you're talking to. Okay. For me, it's like when we were looking at all the key components, it's a huge commitment, 13-week commitment. It's a little bit longer than a lot of our programs, 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week, but this is for total functional, like living and life. It's about reaching your peak, but then determining what is that? Like, what is your peak? What is somebody else's peak? We're not competing with each other. We're competing with ourselves. You can find ways to talk about and implement the different nutrition plans. It's not just fitness. This is a total solution. This is a complete commitment that people are making to living a happier, healthier life. Okay. And we talk about, the equipment. This one, you need weights, and they're going to have new loops, which I already have them. I'm kind of excited. But there are different kinds of resistance bands than the loops that we've used in most of the other programs. So people are going to get more equipment for their own home gym that they can use for multiple programs and multiple different things. So you need to know the program so you can figure out what parts of the program connect with you and will connect with your audience or the people that you're talking to. Okay. And I can't remember, when I was looking today, there's like 4 strength training workouts, there's a cardio day, and then there's like a functional movement, like stretching kind of day. When you watch the promo video, if you haven't, it's like for people that want to go and work in their yard, but can't work in their yard, for people that want to be able to pick up their kids without pain. This is not to have 6-pack abs or, that's not what this is being promoted as. Okay. I don't know if that was a question that just popped up.
I got it. It's good.
But, so you want to think of things that you can talk about and make it authentic to you in your stories again, your Facebook post, your Instagram post, your IG reels, if you're using them, all the different ways you can communicate what this program is about and how it can benefit other people.
So I want to jump in here. First of all, you honestly, you should take a picture of this page. Like I helped write this page and I just took a picture of it because this is what you need to be talking about freaking every day, but not all of this every day. So that's the reason why there's like literally bullet points under here. Like one day talk about commitment, like how you're just so excited because this commitment, like making a commitment like this can make life-changing, have a life-changing impact on you, or whatever. Another day, talk about how it's designed to help you live your life. you know, and like you're really excited about that because you have a customer who was saying that they couldn't get on the floor the other day with their kids, and you know this can change their life, and like you're really excited for, you know, that person or whatever. And then on another day talk about like, I'm so pumped because this is going to give me an opportunity to really dig deep on the nutrition that we're doing right now, and I'm using these containers, and I really want to get better at whatever, getting more veggie. Like literally every day is a different iteration about this. Like that's the magic. Like please, when you do the live where you're talking about the packs and all that, fine, you can do all this at once. But the rest of your life, when you're talking about this program, it should be in tidbits that have that aren't talking points about selling a program, but they have an emotional connection, either to you or to a customer or to a story or to something that you saw in someone you know this can help. But remember, when you're talking about this, like you're literally just talking like to one person, right? You're always just talking to one person. And if you're nailing this, and if you're really getting people emotionally involved in the transformation that this program can have for them, that's where you're going to start seeing the magic on the mojo and on the reservations and on the, but it's like, you've got to have this piece in place to get to the later piece, which is the launch. And so that's why I said to you guys, and I really meant it, like take a picture of this screen. This is what you should be talking about. This will help you immensely break it down. And then I can echo what Kelly said. You need to also, I don't think it's even in the back office yet, but when they dump it all in the back office, like all the 645 stuff, like you need to go through all of it and be really aware. There might be some things that we even missed here because they didn't have it in the office when we talked. So
it's there now. And so speaking of that, do you know what you're selling or sharing? One of the things that I didn't do well last time with Let's Get Up, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't really want to do it. I didn't learn about it. I knew it was a dancing program, but I was like, I didn't really know, you know. And so I quickly tried to figure that out right before it was launching, and I did myself a disservice, right? Fortunately, the program, because so many people love to dance workout, do dance workouts and stuff, it kind of sold itself just with that, with Shaun T. I mean, Shaun T sells himself, and that sounded bad. He doesn't sell himself. And the dancing sold. I mean, so there is no excuse not to know about these programs. And when it was funny, when Laura and I were talking about this launch package, they didn't have it back in the back office yet. When I went today to finish up this presentation, all of the information besides the packages, they haven't done the package pricing yet and stuff, is in the back office. So everything you need to know about the program, what equipment you need, who it's for, anything you want to know about Umwala, all the FAQs regarding it, launch dates, the launch of the sample workout, like that's where I went to find all of that information. There's trainings all the time, and as it gets closer, they'll do more trainings on Beachbody Champions page. They do, you know, they'll probably have Umwala on at some point to talk about it as we get closer. I know. Okay. Dog got. You can go to Umwala's page. I guarantee he's talking about it. That's where I learned a lot about Let's Get Up, was from Shaun T's page and all of the people that were in the test group and things like that. There is, like I said, no excuse to not have knowledge, because it is all in the back office. Don't rely on your coach. Like, I felt really bad after the last launch that I didn't do a good enough job sharing the launch strategy, or, you know, like my coach is having as much success, or I felt like I'd failed them. And I was like, and in a way, like that's my job, is to share, right? And share things that work for me. But everybody had the same amount of information that I did at the same time that I did. You know what I'm saying? So don't wait for your coach or your upline to tell you what to do. You know, you can go out and create it. I waited for Cindy Tremblay to tell me what to do, and then I just went and did what she said. No, and it worked. So now you guys gotta do what I said. No, just kidding. So just going back to a little bit of strategic things we gave you the steps of the launch, but now I want to help you know what to do at certain parts of the launch.
Hey, Kelly,
Yeah.
can you go back one thing? I
Yeah.
just want to say one thing on the last slide. And that is like your last thing is Amwala's IG or whatever. Please don't share Amwala's crap. Like if he says something cool about the program, then you go say that cool thing about the program. But please don't, like, you can fan girl boy over Amwala, but like other people don't know him. Like they know you, they trust you. Like you're the voice. And so while I know when the super trainers say things, we like are just like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna share that. But I'll tell you, I've done it a million times, and it's for the most part crickets. Like definitely you put in your voice, but you can take their ideas. They actually give you amazing post ideas all the time.
Okay, hopefully my dog's stop barking. So when the sample workout launches, so you've been breadcrumbing, you've been sharing all the things, and now they can actually experience it, right? They can get their hands on it, try it before they buy it. How many people are so freaked? I don't want to buy Shakeology because it costs too much. I want to try it. I want to do, what if I don't like it? And then blah, 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 all going through the return, whatever. This is the golden, like when they started doing sample workouts for programs, game changer, absolute game changer. So when you get that sample workout, like I said, one of the things that I do is I take that Google form that I've created and I post that Google form to my Instagram bio so that people can click on that. And it doesn't give it to them right away. I get their email, which is obviously strategic. So I can use their email address for other things, at a later time, and still communicate with them about other things. You want to share it with your bod group, your Facebook group, literally everywhere. But you share that you have a sample workout. You do not share the sample link anywhere publicly. Okay. If you share the sample link and they go, and you put it on your Facebook page as a post, here, anybody want to try this sample, and post the link on there, they could go try it and you'll have no idea that they've tried it and have no way to know who actually did the workout, what they thought, who to follow up with. So you never want to give out that link publicly. It's always in a private message. Okay. And I personally think that the best way to do it is to get their email and then send it to them so that you always have a way to continue to communicate and follow up with them. Okay. Post on your personal page, and you can, like, a lot of times what I'll do is I will literally post like words, not even like a picture or anything, and say, hey, I have a new program that's coming out. I need 20 people. I want to try to get 20 people to try it and give me feedback. Would you be willing to help me out? And then they'll comment, yeah, me. And then I will private message them the link or the Google form so that I get their email, and then they get the sample. Okay. What else?
Oh, one other thing, like you literally do no thinking about if this program is for that person.
Right.
Like let them make that decision. And if it's not for them, then that leads you into a conversation about a different program. Like you literally need to do, my kid's literally following behind me because she's wearing an inflatable unicorn, and a blanket. But what I was going to say is that you just, like, I made that mistake for a long time. Like, don't put any thought into who you're inviting at all. Invite everyone. And if they say like, this isn't for me, whatever, we have so many options to pivot that conversation. So do not limit your ability to help other people because you're deciding for them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what did I write? Create FOMO, talking all about the people trying your experience. Oh yeah. So then once people start doing the sample workout and you're doing it and you're sharing it on your stories, you're sharing the moves, you're sharing how it made you feel, you're sharing, calories you burned or your heart rate getting up or whatever, you need to be talking about that, talking about other people's experience. You can get their, ask somebody what they thought. And if they sent you something, oh my gosh, it was so amazing, I was sweating like crazy, you can post that text or that message into your stories. Like, look at the feedback that I'm getting on this sample workout. You're literally creating FOMO all the time. And the thing is it's like, yes, it's a new launch, which always gets the most excitement, but we're really FOMOing the lifestyle, right? Because like Laura said, maybe 645 is not the program for an individual person, but we have one that is. We have something that is for everyone. Okay. And so we're FOMOing the community. We're FOMOing that you can live a healthy life and still drink your White Claw. We're FOMOing, what did I just say? FOMOing that you can move your body daily and you don't have to spend hours in the gym. This is the lifestyle we're talking about. We're just really excited about this new program that's coming out. Okay. And so with that sample workout launch plan, you want to have a Google form. I've already made it for you. I'm going to show you what it looks like and how to make a copy. Okay. The biggest thing is why you want to make a copy. And I keep saying this is because you don't want, when you send that link, it to come back to me on my spreadsheet. And then I have your people and you don't have a list of your people. Okay. So I've done the hard work creating it. It wasn't hard, but, and then you just have to make a copy, and you can make a copy and make a copy for all the other launches that we ever do and sample workouts. It's pretty freaking amazing. Because I made one for Let's Get Up. All I had to do is change the picture and I made a copy and change the picture of the program. That's it. Took me 2 minutes once you create it. This is the big one. And this was a lot more work, the pack reservations. But again, it's been done for you. All you have to do is then create share carts for it. Make a copy of the Google form and then create share carts. This is genius. We only offer packs on this Google form. I do not offer the 1 year only, or the 1 year only, the annual, and then they can add on digital. I only do packs with this Google form. Does not mean somebody can't just get digital only. They can do that, and I'll create a cart for that. But this Google form is specifically for people to get the total solution pack. Okay. As you're inviting people, you want to remember to check your BOD subscriptions for people that are renewing in the month of July. Okay. At all in the month of July. Even if they're renewing at the end of July, you want to reach out to them in the beginning of July to say, hey, this program is launching. That's why I just got 2 points already this month because her membership was renewing at the end of June, and I wanted her to be able to get the deal on the dance program and order sooner. So tell people what you're going to buy. So if I'm going to go buy a completion pack and I'm going to add hydrate or collagen, I'm going to tell people what I'm buying too. Share that in your BOD groups. I wouldn't necessarily share that. Well, I mean, yes, you can share it on social media, but in stories and things like that. But people will do what you do. If somebody's been following you for years and they go, I want what she has, or I want to feel like she feels, or I want to be as happy as she is. What is she doing? I want all that stuff. And then they're going to buy all of it. As you say, well, this is what I do. I take Shakeology, I take Hydrate, I do Energize every day, and Beach Bars. They'll be like, I want it all. Okay. Now let's see. These are some more tips. I'm going to show you the Google Forms. So these are ones that, these are tips that Laura's done, I've done. I don't do all of these. I don't know if Laura does all of these, but another really, well, for anything really, is creating a goal for yourself. So for any launch, for any program you start, you want to create a goal for yourself. And a lot of people talk about a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal, like something that's crazy, but that it's doable, but crazy. Maybe like I want to earn 50 Success Club points and sign 25 people, or I want to get 35 people into the challenge group with a 645 challenge pack. It's absolutely doable. I haven't done it before, but that doesn't mean can't be done. I hadn't hit 5-star before either, but I did it. So I'm going to create a big goal so that I push myself to get there. And even if I don't, I know I'm going to be a lot farther along than I would have if I would have set my goal at the bare minimum of whatever I felt like I could actually do. Okay. And then once the launch happens, so once the launch has happened, you're starting to get people into your challenge group. My favorite thing to do is create a list. And you can literally just create a list, 645 challenge group or boot camp or whatever. And you list 1 to 20. Maybe your goal is you want to get 30 people into the challenge group. So you have a list of 1 to 30, and you start filling in the names by every number as people sign up to join you. And you post one list on one day, a couple days later, you have more people that signed up. The list is getting bigger, it's getting filled up. That's creating FOMO. People are going to be like, well, they're almost full and my name's still not on that list. Look at all those people that are joining. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's super, super simple. And the cool thing is, let's say Laura and I are in the same bot. We have the same bot group. So what if Laura gets somebody to sign up, and maybe we set a goal as a team to get 50 people in or whatever. I can use her name. So maybe I haven't signed up a bunch of people yet. So I'm like, well, I don't have anybody. I'm going to have one name for 3 days in a row. No, your name, your coach's name, whomever else, people on your team, maybe somebody that she signed up. We all do this together. We're all in it together when we do a program together. Okay. And then once the launch actually happens, you're just inviting like crazy. Once it's out there, once it's available for everybody, you just invite. Your job is to invite, their job is to decide. Your job, like Laura said, is not to decide who this program is for. You're sharing that in your stories and in your breadcrumbing, but then you invite them and they go and they get to decide if this program is the right one for them. And the greatest thing about creating a list is at the end of this launch, and your boot camp starts or your program starts, and you've got all these people in, and you'll have a list of all the people that tried the sample workout, or you sent the sample workout to. You'll have a list of all the people that you sent challenge pack reservations to, because just because they fill out a Google form doesn't mean they're actually ever going to hit, buy on that share cart. But now you have a list of people that you can continue to follow up with for the next program launch, or your next boot camp, or your next challenge group. And then Laura, and this will be in the Google Doc that I'll share. Laura had one extra step that she did when each time somebody purchased a Let's Get Up challenge pack, she actually went and posted to Facebook the person that joined, and with a message with it, and like welcome them and said that they had joined her challenge group, just to kind of show, again, as another way to show FOMO. Instead of that list that you're putting in your stories, I would do that list, the numbered list that goes in your stories. She would put this on her storefront. Hey, these are all the people that are joining me, that have trusted in me and have committed to joining me, and I want to welcome them and show you all these people that are joining me. It's another way to add FOMO. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, Laura.
Yeah, a couple of things. So the BHAG goal. So when you're doing that, when you're coming up with that, you want to go to the place where it feels a little undoable and not a lot undoable, right? So like if you set a goal to sign up 50 people, but you really in your heart don't feel like that is possible, like that's not a good BHAG goal, in my opinion. A good goal is one that you're like, I don't really know how this is going to happen, but I think it can, right? And so I did that with Let's Get Up. For me, the number was 30. If I was a new coach, my number never would have been 30. I'll just be honest. Like that is something I've grown into, right? So it's not like you're not in competition with anyone at all. Like, so it's not about like, oh, Rebecca's doing this many and Michelle's doing this many and Jody's doing this and I'm not doing what they're doing. It's not that. It's that you push yourself. Like this goal is about pushing yourself to see what you're capable of, right? And so I will tell you, my 30 for Let's Get Up was super motivating, and I did it like at the 9th hour or something. Like I did it, and I don't think I would have come anywhere close to that had I not set a goal in the beginning. And so the reason that you set that goal is to motivate yourself, right? And so that's one thing. The other thing is the FOMO piece. Like So that, those of you who know, I made the Facebook post where I'm like, this girl is confident. This girl wants to take control of her body. This girl, I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't. The reason I came up with that strategy is because my life coach, Jackie, used that strategy. And I signed up for one of her courses because it created enough FOMO for me. So the reason I'm saying that is pay attention to what creates FOMO for you. Pay attention to all these influencers on your social media and who's making you want to buy their crap just in the way they're presenting it, because that's going to leave clues as to you're attracting people like you. So if something doesn't attract you, like that might not be your strategy, but if something does, like that's yours. So really just, I've noticed the more I notice other influencers on social media and how they're doing things, it's really kind of sharpened me on how I want to present stuff.
Awesome. And I think you've gotten the picture, but you're not going to stop talking about it. It is a 3 or 4 week process. This is something that you don't just talk about it once and then hope everybody signs up, or you talk about it once and you wait till launch day and think everybody's going to get excited about it. You have to continually talk about it, be excited about it yourself, and create that momentum. So when launch day happens, it's like blast off, literally like a launch. So I'm going to stop my screen share. I want to ask if there's any questions, and I'm going to show you both the Google Forms, what they look like and how to create a copy. Anybody have any questions before I do that? Okay. Oh, why did I stop sharing my screen? I'm an idiot. God, told you I did not sleep well last night. Okay. Okay, so this one is the one for the sample workout. So this is what it looks like. So this is what, when you give this link to somebody, the Google form, they will come here, they will fill out their name, first and last, their email address, and then how we can, or what their Facebook or Instagram handle are. Because like I said, there was a lot of people, I didn't know what their name was. I only knew them by their Instagram handle, or their Facebook name is different than their actual name. And so I needed to know how to get a hold of them, or get, if the email address, whatever, it's just beneficial. That's it. That's all I have to give you. Then when they respond, so when you go log back into your own Google form, you come over here to responses, this is going to be a list of all the people that actually filled out this Google form. And it'll give you their name, their email address, and their Facebook handle. And you can sort it many different ways. Okay.
Hey, I have a quick suggestion to make it so you don't have to have everybody make a copy, that you can actually just give a copy. If you go up into the address, you see where it says edit.
Yeah.
So if you just backspace and then make copy, instead of edit, say copy. And then that will be, if you give that link, that automatically makes a copy for everybody. And so they don't have to, they themselves don't have to actually make that copy. Like you just made the copy for them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Teacher, hey.
So I would just copy this and then post it on our team page. Wow. Okay then. All right. What?
Kelly, I would put all that when you get this recording. I would just put it all with the recording, and here's the sample.
No,
here's
I will.
workout.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I will. That's awesome. I did not know that. See, I learned something every day. If you did want to know how to make a copy, just at future reference, you literally just go here and make a copy. It's pretty easy. And then this is, I did want to show you, oh, we have 2 responses. I did want to, or with Laura practicing. So this is this is super cool, because it should be, and we learned from our first one, to tweak things. Some people were a little confused with some things, and so we learned. And so this breaks it down for people so that we know if you're a Beachbody On Demand member, because if they're going to get a completion pack, or they're going to get or they're a brand new customer getting a challenge pack. Okay. So the first part of it, they ask them all this, you choose yes or no. Yes, I'm a Beachbody member already. So then you go to section 3. Am I doing this right, Laura? Can I practice it, or does it matter?
No, don't touch anything.
Oh, don't touch anything. Okay, I'll ruin it.
Yeah.
So
you why don't you do send and take it? Why don't you take it so you can see what it's like? Abby, really? Just
I'm
get
Click
the
the
link.
eye, click the eyeball in the top right corner.
There, that works. Thanks, Lexus. There you go.
Okay, so I would say yes, I'm a current Beachbody On Demand member. Next.
You probably have to write test or something.
Like,
Test.
because they're all required. Dang it. That's a teased.
I guess we could delete the coaches first and last if you're doing your own, but
Yeah, because that was before, but it's fine. So then this is where we will have the challenge pack options for $645. So they get to see all the bundles and the cost, like what they're, all the stuff that they're getting in the cost. Okay. So then they have the option. So I'm going to be the smartest customer ever on the planet. What?
Kelly, I had just before anyone notice the pictures completion packs and it's all about challenge packs. Can you scroll to the top? Yeah, so that needs
Beachbody-
edited. I need to edit that then to say completion packs. There. I thought I had it right.
Okay.
It's fine. It's just, guys, I'll edit that before she sends it out, but it will send them to the completion packs if they're a current Beachbody member.
The whole point is, so I'm going to be the smartest. Okay. I love you. Bye. So I'm going to be the smartest and get the deluxe. So then it takes me to choose my flavors options. So I can choose my flavor option. Now, if they're getting the performance stack, they wouldn't necessarily get, oh no, they are, because I got the deluxe, but whatever. But let's say they were just getting the Shakeology challenge pack. Everything is required. They have to pick something. So that's why we've added, I'm not getting the performance stack. Or if they're getting the performance stack and they're not getting Shakeology, there's an option, I am not getting Shakeology. Okay. So they have to fill out each thing. Then they can add on. So if you're talking to them and they want to try beach bars or collagen or anything, they can add in what they want. And then they submit it. It's pretty freaking awesome. And if they went back and they started the thing and it said, I am not a current Beachbody On Demand member, then it'll take them to all the challenge pack options. So then when we go back to responses, this is kind of how it would look. So, and I just did test, but it will tell you, you can either go by the summary, the question, or the individual.
Kelly, if you hit the Excel sheet so they can see that.
I know.
'cause that's what I use.
Oh, I did it this way.
Oh.
Or you can do an Excel spreadsheet and it comes out. Oh, that's easier. That's not what I did, but that's easier. How cool is that?
Notice that column G is for people who get completion packs. Like in column H is for people who got challenge packs. So that's the only one where like it will be one or the other there.
Yeah.
It's really helpful though. And I will tell you, I build all my cards, almost all my cards to have a weekender kit and a 3-day refresh in it, whether they said they want it or not. And I just say these are popular items. You can take them out if you want. But so I know at the end it asks them if there's extra things they want, but honestly, most people don't know our products, right? So they don't know. But I throw in, because I think the weekender is awesome to sample stuff. And then it seems like a million people like the 3-day refresh idea. And then in implementation, like some of them are fans and some aren't, right? But I'm a big fan of throwing those two in personally when I build the cart.
And I'll add, once I had this created for Let's Get Up, so even after the launch, anytime throughout the month or even now that somebody was interested in a challenge pack, I still send this Google form. So I use this Google form now for every sale that I make, not just at launches. It simplifies every question that you have to ask and get their flavors and all that stuff. And they might come back to you and be like, well, what would you suggest on the flavor options? I don't really know. And that's fine, obviously that, but they still go back there and choose the flavor maybe that you suggested. And again, and that's why I wanted to show you how to do that copy. because if you do go create a copy, you can go create one of these for every single program we have if you wanted to. I had a girl that wanted, I think it was 9-week Control Freak. And so I quickly went and made a copy and added the 9-week Control Freak picture and packages and things like that, which you don't, I mean, well, pricing would be different. So it talk about simplifying and making, using your time wisely. This helps a ton.
And after Cookies and Creamy releases, then we can update that Shakeology picture to reflect it. I'm just waiting to see how they put that in the packs. Is it going to be in a variety pack? Or it's a little unclear right now, so that's not in there. But hopefully this really streamlines things for everyone. Just kind of helps you. The other thing is you can customize that order form if you want. Like Kelly was saying, people come back to her and ask, what flavor do you like? But literally you could just go put some text above the flavors and say, Coach Laura's favorite flavor is chocolate vegan. You could add that in if you wanted to and tell your people what your favorite flavor is on the order form, because again, they don't really know our products, so feel free to do that.
Guys, I've got a question. This may sound crazy and I might have missed it because my husband was just asking me a question. I'm not techie at all. I can sew your arm back on if need be or help with that, but I can't do this Google stuff. So my question is, if you have the form, and maybe it sounds crazy, but if they have to fill the form out and that's how you get their email, are you guys sending it on Messenger, the link? Or how are you getting it to the customer?
It's wherever you communicated with them. So either Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger.
Okay. So it's not like you can email them because you don't know their email.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Actually,
that's what I needed to know.
So those
it might be helpful if you could show how to send the link to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you show how to actually send the link to people?
You mean save it and send it?
Yeah, or just how you would copy and paste something to, because I've had this problem too, where I'm oh, am I sending a copy of it as like a maker, or am I sending a copy of it as a person who I want to fill it out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oops. Don't I just send a link? I'm trying to remember. Don't I just send this? Get a pre-filled link. Where's Laura? She's not listening.
No. What? What? I'm here.
Just send the link. To actually send the link.
So go up to the little cog thing. No, go up to send.
What?
Oh, there. Yeah. No, send. Go to send instead.
Oh,
and then I always go to the link thing. And then for some reason, I always hit shorten, even though normally I don't need to. And then I copy it. So it's the big button that says send. That's where you go. And then you want the one that looks like a link because you're sending a link. And then I just shorten it so it's lower, but then you hit copy, and that's literally what I put to people.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you one thing that I do slightly different than Kelly said, or I'll do differently this time. So I'm going to collect their emails because I do think it's wise to have them. But a lot of people I sent, I guess I'm talking about the sample workout right now, but a lot of people I sent the sample workout over email, they just didn't get it for some reason or another. It was a little bit of a pain. So I probably will I know I will collect their emails, but I'll probably send their thing through whatever form I know them on. So.
Well, and so that's the thing. It doesn't necessarily have to go to their email, but you're creating your email list in case something crazy happens with social media or you lose your that.
You picture Chris Reed and you lose your ability to go live for 30 days on Facebook for some reason.
Yeah, it's just smart to create an email list. But yeah, I end up a lot of times just sending it directly to them in Instagram or Facebook Messenger. But when I get my shit together, I'm going to start creating a monthly newsletter, and I'm going to be doing things I see, all the people that I've ever purchased things from, whether it's business stuff or, they got my email and now I am forever on their email list until I unsubscribe. And there hasn't, so I'm getting all their promos and the things that they're doing. And, where do I buy all my clothes from is when I get an email about a sale that's going on or something, right? Because they got me on their email list. So it is very, and you don't always want to be selling something when you email people. You want to be giving value, whether it's free recipes or a meal plan or, tips to, for summer or whatever. And then every once in a while you throw in something that you have to offer or a new program or whatever. But having the email list is important.
Kelly, I missed something because my internet went down, but just a question.
Just kidding.
So when I saw that you did the form, the Google form. So at what point do you send? So in the Google form, does it have all those questions that you completed in the test? So it's all one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yep.
when you copy it and send it to them, it's the whole big thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anything else? I know we're going to have some big numbers in July. I just know it. All right, ladies. And
I have another question.
yeah,
The oldie. When you guys make your your list, like when you do your form for the names that you're adding, what are you guys using to do that? Like, what's your go-to for that? Are you just building it off from like Facebook stories? When you go into stories and you're making your graphics, are you just doing it from that, making a one and then doing a line? Or are you actually making like a picture that you're posting to that from your saved photos?
So are you talking about when you're creating a list of the people that joined your challenge group?
Yeah, like to put out on Facebook stories, like.
So I actually,
you guys have those graphics.
I always get I'm not gonna lie, I get my graphic from Pixel and Hue.
Okay, that's what I thought.
When you buy the stories promo from them for $6.45, they have that as a picture. And the only difference is it might not, like maybe your goal is like 30, like Laura, and they only have like 20 or 10, but they do have a blank one. So you can actually write, your own known numbers in there, or you can just do it. Like I've also done it where I just go to create and it's a blank background and I just make my own and put numbers on there and put names. Yeah.
Right.
That part really doesn't matter. I will tell you that, like, I love Pixel and Hue has like changed the game for me in terms of my bod groups and content and everything. And like, I will never not use them for my bod groups. I truly don't know, but I don't think like having their pretty, I just love them. And I think that they're great. They're pretty stories, they're story things and stuff, but it doesn't get me any challengers. Like people don't click that thing at the end when I say you ready to sign up, and then I get people. I'm not at that level yet. But so it really does not matter how pretty your story is or how you ask somebody or the list that you make. It's whatever gets people, because to be honest, if people think that they have to create those pretty stories and all those graphics, they might go, whoa, I can't do all that. If she's got to do all that.
That's me.
Yeah. And so it doesn't matter what it looks like. It just matters that you're doing it and that you're creating that FOMO.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, I think handwritten is fine. Like handwritten is totally, I've done that many times, handwritten. I've also like just typed up a piece of whatever, a Word doc and printed off and then handwritten on. And so like, it's really, the FOMO magic is not about the breadth. It's just about the like showing every time someone signs up. That's the magic. And you're creating this sense of urgency every time you're posting that.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say one other thing. I sign up, like that list is my current challengers too. Like anyone who buys the program, like my coaches were on my 30.
Right. Oh, totally. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Like, so don't think that, oh, my daughter doesn't like me yelling in her ear. Don't think that you need to like that list to be all brand new people. Like, no, you can create your FOMO through the people that you currently have.
Yep. All right, before we jump off, I forgot to say, because I didn't see her, because I didn't see her. Annie Watt is a success starter today. Success starter, going to be in a, hopefully whatever the fall program is, or so that's super exciting. Huge. She'll be able to, she gets her free ticket to Summit next summer. Is there something, and then was there something else? Recognition of Summit and then the test group, which is huge. And she did it. Did you do it in your first 3 months or first 4? I couldn't remember.
No, 4, I think.
I think it was 4. Yeah, but still, that's amazing. Like, and I know you earned Success Club points every month that since you started. So, super cool. Really proud of her. So I wanted to shout her out. But any other questions, comments? Good of the order. All right.
This was awesome, you guys. Thank you so much.
Yay, Mason's a success starter too, but he had no, I know, I was like, I think my dad and my sister might be success starters, but they won't care.
Yeah, well, you gotta make sure that they're admins of a bod group.
I know,
So
they're in my bod group.
yeah.
Dude,
Awesome.
if this next program's for 78-year-old women, then my mom's totally gonna do it when she.
Chris, I still haven't gotten my email.
Seriously? Okay.
Seriously.
Well, why are you just now in my, okay. Send me a Facebook.
It's only been it's been 3 weeks since we talked.
Well, yeah, that's your fault.
I know, but I'm talking to you now.
All right, send me a Facebook message reminding me, and I will
I
send
will.
it.
Okay.
I will.
Oh, last we have the inside scoop to coaching on Monday night. So be inviting your prospects, and we will have that call on Monday night. See you guys later.
Thanks, Kelly. The content was
Bye.
excellent.
Thank you so much.